Hi, Domenica here from easysewingforbeginners.com. In this tutorial today, I'll be showing you how to make a gorgeous little knot bunny comforter. Now, if you check the description box down below, there'll be a link to the tutorial where there'll be a free PDF pattern download for the mini knot bunny, and then the large knot bunny template will come with the PDF purchase. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so to make a knot bunny comforter, you will need your fabric. I'm using a minky fabric, but you can use any type of cuddly, fleecy material. Matching thread. You also need your pattern template, all printed off, cut up and stuck together. I'm going to be doing the tutorial with the mini knot bunny template, but it's pretty much the same process for the large knot bunny as well. There's only one little difference that I'll show you later on in the tutorial. You'll need some kind of fabric marker. I'm using my friction coloured texture. You need a chopstick or a blunt-ended pencil, a pair of scissors, you need your pins and a needle, and you'll also need your sewing machine as well. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is fold your fabric in half with right sides together, and just make sure the nap of the fabric, so if you're using a furry fabric, make sure the nap is running downwards, so it should feel nice, just like if you were patting a cat. Okay, so it should be running downwards. Okay, and we're going to place our pattern template on top there. So you've got double layer of fabric, pattern template on top, and I'm just going to pin the template in place and trace around the whole template. Okay, so before you remove the pattern template, just be sure to transfer the leave open markings as well. Okay, so I'm going to remove the pins and just place them back in the fabric. Okay, so now I'm going to roughly cut out the knot bunny. Before I head over to the sewing machine, I'm going to just place some double pins here to remind me to stop sewing when I get to that section. Okay, let's go over to the sewing machine now. Okay, so my machine is all set up and ready to go with the matching thread colour. I've got it set on a straight stitch at a stitch length of 2. I'm going to start at this bottom leave open mark. Okay, my line is going to be lined up with the middle of my presser foot, and I also have my walking foot on. Because I'm using sewing minky fabric, there can be some slipping, so the walking foot will help to reduce that slipping. Okay, press the foot down. I'm going to put my needle in the down position, and I'm going to get it to stop in the down position every time I stop, and I'll show you why in a moment. Okay, so I'm going to sew, and there's a few stitches backwards to secure that stitching, and off we go. Okay, so when you get to these curves, all I do is lift my presser foot and turn a bit, do a few stitches, turn, and keep going like so on all the corners, on all the bends. Okay, so now I've sewn all the way around the knot bunny, except I've left the opening unsewn. So now I'm going to grab my scissors and I'm going to trim the excess fabric off, probably about 1/4 of an inch away from my sewn line, and I'm going to just snip on the inside curves here and trim off as much excess as I can without getting too close to the seams around these other outer curves here. Okay, so I've cut off the excess fabric and I've snipped these curves here and cut off as much excess fabric around the outer curves as I can. Now we're going to turn the knot bunny right side out. And once you've turned your knot bunny out as much as you can by hand, just grab a chopstick or a pencil or something and just use that to finish turning the limbs, poking the limbs the rest of the way out. Okay, so before we add the knots to our knot bunny, we need to close up this opening that we've got here. So I've just threaded up my needle with my matching colour thread, I'm going to secure the thread to one end of the opening. And I'm going to tuck the tails in, and I'm going to use a ladder stitch to close that opening up. I'm going to secure that thread in there. Tuck my thread through and snip it off. Okay, so now we've reached the point of tying the knots in the knot bunny. So what we're going to do with the arms and the legs is tie a knot at the bottom. With the ears, we're going to tie a knot at the base of the ears, and with the large knot bunny, we're going to tie a knot at the neck. And with this one here, because there's not as much neck, we're going to just use the needle and thread to stitch the neck part together. Okay, so for this mini knot bunny, I'm just going to gather the neck together, and I've got my needle and thread all ready to go, and I'm just going to sew all those gathered parts together. Make sure the gathers don't pop out. There you have it. Here's our mini knot bunny and the large knot bunny. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments at all, then leave them in the comments box down below, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.